In order to work with rigging, you need to select this rigging. Also, before click and select this rigging tab, you might want to go to right here and then select the rigging. So if you select rigging, you should see these kind of menu that you've never seen before. So if you select the modeling, you won't see those skeleton skin, but instead you see mesh and add mesh and mesh tools, mesh display like this. So on the other hand, what if you choose animation and FX? What is this, by the way? FX, visual effect, special effect. So if you choose FX, you should see totally different types of menus with this and close and hairs and constraint and cache like this. Animation, you should see key, playback, and audio in visualize. So when you create joint, you need to click and select this one. See, this is a joint. 2 joint, 3 joint, 5 joint, 6 joint. These are joints. You can call them bond, that's fine. Same thing. Bonds, 6 joints, 7 joints, or 7 bonds, 6 bonds. You need these bonds. You need this joint in order to, can you see my hand? If you like to animate your character hand like this, fingers like this. If you like to animate, if you like to bend your character's arm, if you like to animate your character's legs, body, head, neck, you need this. The important concept that you should understand before creating and placing your joint inside of the body of your character is this one. The very first one joint you create is the most powerful joint among others. Let's say you have a dozen joints. Okay, you need a dozen joints, 12 joints for your character. It doesn't matter how many joint you need, how many joints you have created, but the very first joint you create will remain as the most powerful joint. What I'm saying is 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's assume that you have arm, this is shoulder. Okay, rear arm, back arm, forearm, and hand. This one was drawn first, and then second one and third one. Okay, this one is most powerful one. If we talk about this nation, this country, the United States, this is the president, like Trump. And if we talk about this institution, the school, this is the president, Kiboni. If we talk about your family, okay, your home, your family, this is mother, first child and second child, big brother and small brother. How do you know this one? If you select this mother, if you move mother, all these kids, children will obey, follow wherever his mother and their mothers move. But on the other hand, if you select big brother, you can move big brother, small brother, okay, the second child will obey, follow, but mother doesn't care. So what about this one? If you select the second child, okay, and the move, as you can see, mother and the first child and don't care. This is called like a hierarchical structure. That kind of structures doesn't exist in everywhere in our society. Why this is important is, again, although we don't have arm and legs and body of your character here, but let's assume that you place this one, mother bone, mother joint inside of his shoulder. You place the second bone, actually the first child bone inside of his forearm. And you place the second child in a joint inside of hand. Okay, so you rotated his arm. You just rotate his shoulder. When you bend his elbow, grab your first child joint and then rotate it like this. Hand, wrist, right? The wrist, grab wrist only and then rotate like this. So even if you rotate his wrist and hand, the upper level part of this joint don't care, and you can still rotate wherever you want, move wherever you want this hand, the wrist, without actually affecting on the upper level in a joint. This is called hierarchical structures. And the same thing, let's say you create several in a joint for your character's legs. Think about it, legs, okay? You know, this mother bone, mother joint can be placed in, like his hip is around here. You can place this one, around his thigh, ankle, and this will be his foot. Make sense? See? Thigh, ankle, and the foot. So you can rotate and actually animate, bend and move, you know, left and right, and then hit the foot, without actually affecting an upper level in a joint. Also, you can rotate and bend his knee. Can you see his knee without affecting in a thigh or hip? So what if you select the top one, the most powerful one? You can move. His hip is around here. See? Can you imagine? See? Move like this. See? Like this. Hierarchy. So that you should understand hierarchy. So when you create and place your joint inside of your character's body. Yeah, here's a shark. And think about it, how many joints you probably need. If you like to animate his body, if you like to animate his tail and the wing and the bigger fins, and here top, and he has more fins, it's smaller, shark's fin sits out. See right here, look at this. You probably need many. If you like to animate his jaw here, you might need the many actually on a joint. Well, let's simplify this. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go right here. Okay, we need the joint. We need the joint. You need to go to rigging and then click and select this. All right, first of all, I'm gonna create mother bone first. I already click and created a mother bone, the president bone, but we don't see. See, we don't see this bone. Why? Because we placed this joint. How many joints? If you go to outliner, you should see how many joints here. Actually, total 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 joints placed inside of his body, your character's body. We don't see, you can't see until you activate this X-ray. This kind of term that the hospital and the medical doctors use, right? X-rays. They take a photo of the inside of your body, and they use the X-ray. So we can activate this X-ray to see the actual joint that you are working with. So now we can clearly see this joint 1, 2, 3, including this, the last one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 in a joint. And if you like delete this, select the mother in a joint, and then you can delete it. Create again. Click mother bone. Okay. First child and the second child. Compared to the body, the size of your character's body, this bone, the joints are way too big, like this one. It's probably a little too big, too thick. What you can do before creating this joint, you may test it. Okay. Do you think this is too big for this character, or too thin? And if you think this is too big, and you can delete this one, double click on this, and to setting, and then you will see short in a bone radius. The default in the radius is 0.5. So what if you go, the like 0.2 or something? So look at this. Probably this is better, right? This side. Okay. So I'm gonna go to 0.2 instead of 0.5. Okay. And then create and go 1. Okay. Remember, this is mother. This is new mother, and the first child, and the second child. Like this. So if you select the mother, okay, and hit W, so you can move the entire of this structure. Select this first child, look like this. Second child, like this. Okay, just remember, this one is the most powerful one, mother one. And then you might wonder how to add additional joint right here, because we like to animate and bend his tail individually, top part and the bottom part, not together. Then what if you move this part and this part separately, I mean individually, differently? You need to add additional one here. So the one thing you might want to do is, okay, I need another one, and then I'm gonna click and select this in the joint, and click like this. Okay, this is not right. As you can see in your outliner, do you see joint one here? And this one has 3 children, and this one also has 1 child. Do you think, which one is more powerful, you think? Which one is stronger than the other? Joint 1 or joint 5? So we understand like joint 2 is a child of joint 1. And the joint 3 is younger than the joint 2, right? And the joint 3, 4, 5 are smaller and younger than joint 2. But what about this, joint 5? You know, this is another mother. You know, we don't need 2 mothers. We don't need 2 presidents. You know, we need only 1 president. You know, this is wrong. So we should consider, you know, this guy as an orphan. Okay, a poor guy, you know, doesn't have his mother. Okay, so you can delete this one. How to adapt another, you know, kid, you know, to this family? Okay, this mother, okay, one mother, you know, decided to adapt another, you know, kids. What you can do, go right here. You see on the circle and with the plus sign inside, click there, and start creating new child from here. This is what, third and the second child, right? The first child and second child. You should start drawing third child from here. See, look at this. So now you go to an outliner, you should notice that we have only 1 mother, 1 family. That's a very important concept. You should not have more than 1 mother while working with the 1 character. Of course, if you're working with several characters, you probably need a several number of mother. But while you're working with the 1 character, you need 1 mother. You don't need a multiple mother. And if you go there, here's a mother. Sometimes you might want to rename this one mother. Here's a mother and first child and second child. What about this too? Okay, which one is older? Which one is the more? I mean, which one is stronger? Which one is more powerful? Which one has more authority? 4 or 5? You know, Sam, these 2 are kind of twins. First child, and these 2 are twins. As you can first child, second child, and the twins. So if you select mother, you can move all things together. All right. So now I'm gonna create a few more in a joint for the front part, and then go to rigging. Click 1 here and 1 here. All right. So we have already a lot in a joint. How many joints do we have? It's like 7 or 8 in a joint. See, a lot of joint. So we have successfully placed several in a number of joints inside of the shocks and body. And let's go to side view. Looks everything is fine. But if you look at the top view, you see that? So we made a little mistake. Okay, first of all, we're gonna activate this and X-ray position. Yeah, this position is not good. I'm gonna move this, adjust a little bit. Okay, adjust a little bit. Place inside of his tail, inside of his body. Okay, this one too. I don't like this. Bring to the center. And some of you guys wonder, is there any way we can make the Pacific, the joint smaller or bigger? Because if you look at the tail right here, as you can see, look at it, in terms of size, the scale of the joint inside of his body look perfectly okay, not too thin, not too thick. But if you look at the joint inside of his fin, the tail and fin here, the joints are, both joints are way too thick. I don't like it. I want to make the I want to make this two in a joint as thin as, okay, here's a tail. How do I adjust this one? All these joints, you can still adjust the thickness of your joint by going to display and then go to animation, and here's the joint size. So you will see one here, you can make it thicker, you can make it thinner. You can still adjust this. The issue here, this is a very great tool, great option, a joint display scale. But the problem of this joint display scale is if you change the value of the joint display scale, it will affect everything. So what if you like to adjust this scale on the specific joint only? You gotta select the joint, A joint or two joint, whatever joints that you like to adjust the thickness, and then go to channel box right there, channel box, and you should see radius there. So what is this? The value of radius for these two joints is 0.273. Let's change this one like a 0.2. You see that? So I'm gonna go even thinner. That's like 1. Oh, probably too thin. Okay. What about 1.5? I think that's perfect. You see that? Perfect. No. And I still don't like the this huge circle on here. And this is one. This is joint 5. Okay, so you can change that radius. Okay, you need to go to channel box and go to radius and 0.15. That's perfect. So here's a point. So 1.5. All right. So perfect. Now, in order to animate fin, wing, whatever, and this one, this fin, huge fin, you need to add a few more in the joint. Let's go to top view there. There are several different ways, methods to do that. First, start with a joint because since we need to add a new joint here and here, and we're gonna start from this joint because this is kind of close to the both wings, and we're gonna click and select this joint. Actually, this is mother, and then joint. Select that. Okay, so we're gonna start creating a new. We are actually about adapting 2 more keys. Okay, 2 more open. See now, click this. Actually, 4 more keys. So look at this. Just go like this. Or what you can do, just go ahead and then draw whatever in a joint that you like to add. Brand new in a joint. So we created just new joint, and this is another open. Okay, joint 10. Another poor guy. All right. So what we can do, we like to adapt. Okay, this model will adapt this open. So I think you should select the open. Okay, first, and then mother. I'm gonna hit letter P, parent. Okay, looks good. Here's, look at this, all structures. If you select mother, you should be able to move all entire the joint structures. If you like to move just part of his body, say, move part of his body, say this. All right, so, oh, look at this. Looks like we placed this joint the wrong position. So if you look at your joint in the system, from the top, everything's fine. But once we move on to side view or front view, see, we place this brand new joint completely wrong places. That's why we have 4 different viewports. So it's not a big deal. Just select that and drag it up. Place like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to side view. This and this one too. Down. Let's go like this. Again, these joints are way too big, for there's both fins. Also, if you like to change that scale, always select that and go to a channel box and then change the radius. Something like this. I'm not gonna do this. Okay? So let's go back to the top view again. Looks everything is good. You can slightly adjust. I don't like this position. You can move it a little bit. So you should notice that when you move this one, this guy also follow, because this one is more powerful than this one. Although this is not as powerful as this one, but at least powerful, have more power. This has more power than this one. That's why when you move this, always this guy follows. See, this guy always follow. If you don't wanna, if you already place this guy in the right position, right spot, and but you still like to adjust the position of this guy, and you like to move this guy only, hold down D, delta, and then move it. So without affecting other things. Same thing, this is wrong position as you can see. Hold down D, if you're happy with the position this, hold down D, and then move like. Okay, you might wonder what is the deal. Here's why we need to add all kinds of joints here and there, because we like to animate this guy. Okay, how to animate this guy? If you like to animate this guy, if you like to bend part of his body and part of his tails and the wings, you need to activate it. You need to the term that we use in Maya is bind. Bind skin. In order to activate your joint, you have to select your character first, and then hold down Shift and select whole. Okay, whole joint. Select your character, and then hold down Shift and select the whole entire of your joint structure, and then go to skin and select the bind skin, or simply click on this one. This is bind skin. So done. Once you've done this, and you should notice that the colors of joint have changed, right? Several different colors, consist of several different colors. That means you successfully activated this joint. So from now on, you should be able to, animate, bend his body, something like that. You see that? But you might wonder, so now we understand how to animate, how to bend part of his body. But he doesn't go. He swim in the same position. He doesn't go any forward, move forward. So that's why we need this timeline. Let's say, for instance, if like to just rotate like this, let's quickly make this animation, 1 second animation, 2 second animation. I'm going to go to frame 1 and hit S to create the initial keyframe, and then I'm going to go to frame 30. Let's go just 15, and then rotate the other direction, and hit S again. You see that? So this is 15 frame animation. Also, if you like to bend part of his body, and let's say, like for instance, I'm going to select this joint, and then go to frame 1 and hit S. And let's say rotate this direction, and then go to frame 15 and rotate the other direction. Okay, just only 15 frame animation. See what's this? And one action. If you like to repeat this one, I'm going to go to animation, graph editor, and then just what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a repetition. Probably need one more time. Copy this one, paste, okay, and then copy this one. This is exactly 1 second animation. See, exactly 1 second animation. But what I did, I went to graph editor, and then made the repetition. A little choppy. Yeah, he's swinging diligently, right? He swing very fast, but he doesn't move any forward. This direction is he's supposed to move this direction. That's why we need this, the hierarchical, structures. You don't have to care about these keys in a joint. When you move, relocate, okay, reposition, this character. Just select the mother, because anyway, if you move mother in a joint, the rest of guys and kids will obey, follow mother wherever this mother, mom, wherever mom goes. the rest will joint keys will follow. So I'm going to select this mother, and let's say go to 1 and hit S, and then I'm going to move here to left hand side and go to frame 30, mother, S, and go to frame 30, and then move this direction. A little more, and select this, move it to the left. See this? Too fast. Let's go playback, and I'm going to choose the real speed, real time, the actual time. See? And then let me cut this one. If you want to make a little bit longer animation, what's this? You see that? I just animate only his head and the tail only. So what if you animate all his fins? You can get the much better animation. Here's bird. And guess how many joint you probably need? Definitely we need at least one joint per each wing, and definitely we need one for neck or head. Actually, he doesn't have any neck, and tail. I think the minimum number of joints you will need to animate this bird would be 4. Perhaps you need more than 4. Let's start at this. Okay, start at. Remember, before creating a new joint, activate this X-ray. Otherwise, you won't see your joint. Once you place them inside of your character's body, X-ray. This is very useful in option. See, okay. So joint. Let's go like this, or you can start mother. Okay, this is the strongest. This will be the strongest, the president. Okay, mother joint, and then go like this. Okay, we create it. The basically tail will be folded like a bandit later. And then I'm gonna select this mother, and why don't we draw 2 more? Yes. All right. See, that's why it is very important to look at the position of your joint while creating. Okay, placing your joint inside of your character's body. See, if you look at your joint from top view, everything looks perfect. They're all placed where they're supposed to be. But once you look at the other, like the perspective view and front view and side view, it's a completely wrong position. So go there and then bring them up like this. And also if you go to a side view, and I'm going to activate the X-ray. All right, so we can see through this. Okay, slightly adjust position. Okay. Yeah, obviously this is too big. You can always go to display and the animation and joint size. You can adjust the joint display scale. See, too thick, too thin. Yeah, I think about right. This about 0.87. Then adjust the position. Yes. Set position like this. Again, if you like to move a specific joint only without affecting other the joint position, hold down D, and then you can move it. See that? You can move it only this. See now, and the X-ray there, perfect. So nicely placing. And then we're gonna add a few more joints. Let's see. I'm gonna do one here and one more here. Just 2, yeah. Well, there's a huge wing. And you can also duplicate this one by going to skeleton and meter and joint. And then look at this X and Z, X and Y. Is that right? X and Y and the prime. Not really. X and Z. Yeah. Okay. Okay, these 2 joints were duplicated and metered from this. That means both are identical. And then see, that looks good. But again, the problem is we have three mothers. We don't need three mothers. You should not have more than one mothers for your single character. We're working with one character. So you need one mother per each character. Okay, let's assume this is character and the bird. We don't need three mothers, but we need only one mother. Select the both, and then mother, then hit P, letter P. Yeah, I think I did it correctly. See, look at this. Now, so let's take a look quickly, our liner. You see that? We have only one mother. We don't have three mothers. So if you rebuild this, you should see a bunch of joint. Okay. All these keys have been adapted to this family. What family? The mother. Okay, this is this family. All these keys now belong to this mother. So this mom has many keys. So that means this is a hierarchical structure. Okay, so whenever you move mother, all these keys will follow. Only one mother. We have only one mother. So by the way, so as you can see, I renamed this one. You can rename this one like can be James, Jennifer, Parker. You can rename it like that. It might take a long time if like to give name, specific, unique name. It's gonna take a long time, right? So don't do it like this. If you like to rename, so you can do that for this joint instead of keeping this joint 2, 3, 4. Modify and you go to search and replace the name. Okay, what we need to do here, search for, you can type a joint. Okay, we have a bunch of joint here, bunch of joint. And the replace with what? Say Parker. I type the Parker there. Parker's family, the Parkers. So look at it. You see that? Parker and Parker. So what about here? I think I selected this one instead of this. Okay, let's try this. Modify, search and replace, and the joint and Parker. Look at this. Parker 2, Parker 3, Parker 4. Instead of join 1, 2, 3, 4. So simply see, look at this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go modify. So let me show you one more time. Search and replace this. So instead of Parker, let's say like bird. Okay, we made all these joint, bunch of joint for this one, bird. So you can rename this one like bird. So later on, you can use the different names. Let's say you have another character and there's like bear or dog or some, the fox or whatever, and you can type in fox. So if you made a couple bones for his your character's right arm, you can type the right arm. If you create a joint for his left arm, you can left leg, right leg. Okay, I'm gonna type bird. So I can replace. Is that, look at this. This is mother and bird 2, bird 3, bird 4. Instead of join 1, join 2, join 2. Okay, so now if you like to animate this guy, same kind of problem. From top view, everything is fine, but if you look at the other viewport, completely wrong position. So now we have to fix this. Select this and drag it up. Like this, drag it up. Okay, of course we should activate the X-ray and carefully place. So this joint won't work. No way, never gonna work until you place this joint inside his body, wing in this case. See, okay. Of course, if you like to animate the, his legs and the toes, feet, whatever, and you need to add more joint. How many joints you will need? Many joints. See, let's see toe. Look at this. This bird has, all right, look at this. You need at least 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 4 in a joint. But if you like to bend like this, you like curved, finger, okay, toe like this, you need to add the 1, 2, 3, at least 3 per each toe. Look at it. And the 3 times 4, 12. 12 joints. See, you need many joints. But if you don't want to really animate Same thing, if like the animate, this guy, you need to activate all these joints. So I showed you guys earlier. First of all, you need to select the bird, your character, and then select joint, okay, skin, bind skin, or click this bind skin. So once you successfully activate, your joint, you should see very colorful in a joint instead of just gray color. So now you should be able to, rotate his wing, something like this, and the tail. So all character, like human character with 2 arms, 2 legs, body and the neck and the head. We have up from view, and I think we need to go to side view. This is kind of ideal shape of your character. We call like a T shape. So you should create like this, T shape of your character. Even if you're creating a human character or the robot, any 2 legs character, you should start with T shape. That's ideal, like this. This is joint, and of course we need to activate this X-ray. Okay, I just created a joint. What is this? This is mother. Let's rename this one mother. Right, and then return. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to create what you can do. Go around here. Let's say around the joint here, and you need to have 2. There you go. Mother, first child and second child, and of course we need 2 more for his right leg, right? Instead of creating 2 joints, I'm gonna go to skeleton and meter the joint. Is that right? Not right. It's kind of crazy. Bring that in. Okay. Okay, 2 are exactly the same joint. One here, and I'm gonna go to top view. It looks okay. So I'm gonna go to perspective view. They all look fine. So if your joint is placed outside of his body, this won't work. Will not work. So should be placed inside his body. All right. So if you go to our liner, you should see 3 mothers. Although we need only 1 mother. So this mother should adapt these 2. Okay. As a family. Now I'm gonna select this. Hold down Shift and select this. And hold down Command and the mother. See this first, and this, and then mother. And then hit letter P. Make sense? And then I'm gonna select this mother, 1 family. Okay, this is just 1 family. So if you like to bend like for instance, his knee, see, you can bend like this. All right, so we need to add more bones. I'll go to a joint. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click around his chest. Okay. And then same thing, if you like to bend his arm, you will need to add 2 joints, 1 here and 2 joints. And I'm going to make sure that the position, if I create it and place the proper position, see, look at this, looks everything fine. And then also we're going to go to meter joint, apply, far away. There you go. Okay, so as you can see, we have a bunch of groups. So again, we need only 1 mother. We don't need this one. So we have to bring all these guys to this family. Okay, so what we can do, I'm going to select this case and this case, and then this, and the hit P. Okay, now we have two family, but still not good. And then select this one. This is among this six joint. This one is most powerful one because this one was created earlier than the rest of bonds joint. And then this will, okay, we have to select this one and command and the mother finally, okay, and the hit P, one family. Remember, we need one family here, one family. So now if you select this chest, you can animate like this, but mother doesn't move, right? If you like to move everything, entire of this in a joint structure, you need to grab this mother. See, everything is gonna move. And what about the neck? We can keep going here. I'm gonna create here, and probably two more in his head. So again, this is too big, like a neck around here, neck. So select this one and go to channel box. You can adjust the radius there, 1.5 something. You see that? That much better. Too thick. Always go right here, radius. And 1.5. See? See? 1.5. I'm not gonna do the rest of them. Okay, that's fine. So still we have an issue. Say should not have two mothers. These are two mothers. Here's mother and there's a new mother. No, this is not good. So select this 1, 2, 3 in a 4 in joint, and the command and mother. Okay, she will adapt. Okay, this 3 or 4 in kids more. Okay, select this. Okay, select this. What is this, by the way? I guess joint 7. Okay. Okay, select this. Joint 14, which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4 joint. And okay, mother is a little way too far. This is mother. Okay, this is root. This is mother. Most powerful joint is way too far. And which one is the closest one? I think this is closest one. Yeah, this is close. You can anyway. These 4 joint will be part of this family. I'm gonna select all this and select the joint 7. Yeah, and then P. Yeah, that's it. Hierarchical order. See, this is hierarchical. It's completely hierarchical. See, we have only one mother. We don't have to really count the number of keys of this family. Anyway, if you move, not this, okay, not this chest one. If you select your mother and move whole, okay, keys, entire keys will follow mother. We can select the body and we can select mother, okay? If you select mother, it will select everything, all in a joint, and then activate. This is the bind scheme. So done. So go to perspective view, and you just see very colorful in a joint. That means we already activated, okay? We already activated. Someone might wonder, oh, so after activating this, you kind of notice the wrong position of 1 or 2 of your joint, and you kind of realize that you need to, adjust the position of some joint. Yeah, no, you can do it. Not a big deal. So what you can do, select the body or character, and then select the whole entire joint. You go to skin, and you can unbind, deactivate it. You can deactivate it, and then adjust. Yeah, and then adjust in a position. Back, and everything. If everything's fine, you can do it again. Select the body, and then joint. Okay, I didn't select whole in a joint. See, look at this. I select the body, and then mother only. Then if you select mother, it will select everything anyway. Highlight everything. And go skin and bind skin. So now you are ready to animate. See? Oh, that's wrong direction, right? So it should go like this.